great to have. And there are others that are pretty easy to keep forever. The balms, the bonuses to skills from the balms or the Darkest Before Dawn is very easy to prolong and it lasts forever. So there are some that are pretty good, and others that are very delicate and that you can that can be dispelled very easily. But anyway, we are trying with the drugs. And we got the mouse jar for some seconds, and now we got also the shadow form, and we prolong it for a while. Oh, if I do the proper thing like this. Usually a few seconds is more than enough. But when you do the real ultimate, probably you want to count more or less how many times you double click. Okay, I think should be good. Yeah, 6 million seconds. But let's reach the famous 8 million, so we are super safe. Yeah, and another good one is this. The Lord Ironwood is giving you bolting strikes. 10% chance on hit to activate lightning strikes, which is this one. If I find it. Oh, here it is. So 15% action speed, 15 more damage as shock. Basically, it's like the one from the monk special ability. And this is very easy to prolong and it lasts forever. So another one that any build can get. Anyway, let's go and explore places. We still need so scriptorium, archives, collections. Honestly, I don't remember last thing I did. Oh, the all of the unseen. We could do this. Oh, we already did this one. Okay, good. So in theory, we should go and kill the enemies there. Let's try and go here. Should be faster. So basically the one most important trick I found here in this area, oh not this one, sorry, I did something silly, is to skip doing stealing things while you are in the rooms with the big wild eyes looking at you, and do not kill people in this area in the enclosures until you have the first conversation with the oracle, or while in that room you go while you teleport the first time and talk with the oracle, because this way you can just talk and be not attacked. So you can skip entirely the first battle with the oracle, and for an ultimate this a pretty good thing, because it means one of the most difficult battles with Villa around in a very small room can be avoided completely. Then you can do your things, and if you want,
I just know it is all.
You can kill enemies and so on. Oh, one of the things that we want to do now is try and get in good standing with the Widrax, because this way they will become sort of allies. I don't remember if you... maybe we must talk with Bicana. We can save her. This is not needed for the ultimate.
Everything's lovely. I must find my way to the surface, or the closest thing to it. Once I am Psion-Troubadour, I will see you.
As usual, we are running around freely because we are using special boots features. Oh, and if you want to get a special achievement, you can open this door. If you open all the doors, you get a special one. But anyway, for now, I think we want to try and get the Witrax to be our friends, because easier and less risky. And we want to go down. And also we want to open this, but first I want to have the Witrax as a friend. So to have the Witrax become friendly, we need to find a special contract. I'm not sure if we already found it, so let's try looking for it. Contract. Don't think. Yeah, maybe. Oh, maybe yes. Warden contract. This is one thing we found in the other rooms with the in the restrict section with the monks, I think. But anyway, this is a contract which is binding the Witrax to do some police work on the various people in this part of this labyrinth. And if you give the contract to the Witrax, they will be so happy that they will become some ally, or at least they will be no more aggressive. So this is what we will try to do. Also, we will be free to roam the whole floor where the Witrax are. So now in theory we can go up there and be safe once we manage to donate the contract to the Witrax boss. This is not needed. You can just sneak around with the boots or without the boots if you have high sneak, but the simpler thing is to get the Witrax to be your friend. And then you can loot everything, and you can even buy and sell things with one of the Witrax. So what we want to do is go to this part of the map where the main house of the Witrax, the zigzag nest is. And we have the boots, so we can in theory steal everything anyway.
Silence surrounds me.
As usual, they cannot see us until we do something silly, like trying to steal things without being sneaking, which I already did once. But don't do it in your real ultimate. You have just to sneak and you're safe. But when you see the mask cursor, it means it is not safe to steal unless you are sneaking for good. So now we can do it. And same here, we are sneaking for good.
What have
Can
we
always
here?
do this, but before doing this,
Silence surrounds me.
wait a second, and then you can do it. Always check the background. If the background is red, you cannot do it safely. Okay, now we did it just to see how to do it, but now we can talk. We can directly talk with him.
A free kithling stalks the nest, thoughtlessly
Obviously,
killing Sisak's clutch.
do not be aggressive.
What is this
Speak
one?
with
The
him.
kithling? No.
Say politely that you're just
sounds.
exploring, and then
The kith.
there should be an
Tender,
option.
juicy intruder
No
cannot
reason
leave.
for violence.
But soon, Sisak's clutch will leave.
We have the contract.
This one needs only
and
wait until
we
the
can
hoarder is
give
grown
the
thick.
contract.
The kith. The unders. But,
So he's grateful,
but Sisak.
and we get one thing from him, like this. 3 point of insight and critical vision, 10% of hits to crits with spell. That could be good, but there are much better necklaces you can use. So, well, a lot of items are not bad. They are good, but mostly if you have a real party, a complete party, where you have to sort of give one thing to one of your party member, another one, and so on. Then some items like this could be maybe useful, but for a single play, there are much better necklaces. Anyway, the good thing about this conversation is that now all the Witraks are friends, so we can walk around completely free. We want probably to check to have still shadow form, because we may want to steal something anyway, but we are now safe to walk around. Obviously pay attention to traps, because
as you like.
Place is full of them. But comparing to your usual run without the boots or without the contract, when they are all aggressive and they are pretty tough to fight, I fought all of them together. This loot, and it's not worth. If you're doing the real ultimate, it's better just to have them friendly, and then you can loot
I shall
things
make it so.
like this. And we want especially this thing, the robe of the way. This one is too hard to open. You need 17 at least in mechanics. I don't know if it is worth to set up for this kind of mechanics. Probably not. Honestly, I don't remember what could be here, but I think not needed. But the robe of the wake is pretty useful for this build. Has some interesting properties.
What have we here?
Can we go this way? Not really. Well, let's check it out of curiosity. So we have found this note. Oh, one important thing that sometimes is not so clear. When you find something, sort by date and check last things you have found, because sometimes there are documents you find that need to be read to trigger some special things, and there is one thing especially that I don't remember if I already found, but it's an horn, I think. Yes, this one. This one is part of a sort of quest to improve one of the bound items, but you must sort of use this to understand what it is, and then you can go with that part. So you don't have only to find it, you have also to check it to see what it is. And this is not something so intuitive until you find the proper bound object that needs this step, I think. Anyway, this is the ropes of the bike. This is a special soul bound items and that we can bind, and we will bind with Chanter class. And to do this, to go to the next step, we have already some interesting properties from this one. Hits, crits to hits, hits to grazes. This is not bad, but nothing really changing our build. The more interesting thing is this one, memory material. So basically, when you take damage, you get one more armor point for that damage type for 3 seconds. This is in real time. So basically not really something changing your life, but 3 seconds are usually enough for us to prolong them, and so could be something useful. Maybe you find a special kind of damage that you would like one more armor point for, and this is something that can get that one armor point. But also this one is interesting. To go to the next step of power for this item, we must empower 5 abilities, and this is something we will try to do because we have the belt, we have other things, that we have this the scimitar, which is making empowering an invocation basically for free, and so on. So this is a robe that we will try to use. And then we can keep on looking for interesting things here. Now that we are safe, we can take things. Blue things are free. You don't even need to sneak. As usual, pay attention to the traps.
Now here's something.
But we have super high perception, so it should not be a problem.
As you like.
Ooh, found a scroll of withdrawal. They are cheap, but they are precious because are the ones that can save Villa from death for a while. And so we found more or
Thanks for
less.
letting me tag along. The Deadfire is awfully big for this little Orlin.
So, for instance, if you want to trigger the belt with empowering something, for instance, to try and get another ability, this should be would be probably a good target, destructible, but they are yellow. I'm not sure that targeting them would be a good idea, because probably we would make the creature here hostile, and so not worth. We can be free with the Withdrag, not only for display but especially for the floor, the down, where we want to be free to roam more easily. So this is needing to sneak, then we can loot it. Found nice Withdrag silk slippers. Oh, a chance to recast a spell a second time. Wow. 5%, not super good, but Okay, and we can
Sisak tells the
buy and sell things.
come.
This vendor has some curious thing, only hats. And we don't have a lot to sell. Okay, more or less. And hidden here should be also an interesting, adorable spider.
As you like.
And this is pretty good. It's called gift wrapper, and it is also something part of the quest if you manage to get. Basically, you can use this pet to advance in a quest to restore Bekarna's grimoire, and then you can get from Bekarna an interesting grimoire with a spell if you are a mage, or if you have a build with part of a mage. Could be something you want, but in our case not so interesting, so better to keep the pet. And the pet has 1 armor rating for you and 1 health restore per 6 seconds for the whole party, so not bad. We have also already a very good pet because we have 2 might for our summon and especially 1 more penetration for them, so that good too. But for some special battles when you need to heal Villa, this could be good. Anyway, I think we got more or less.
What have we here? I shall make it so.
I can't wait
Everything
to make some
here?
new friends.
And now we can go. Let me think about it. Now we go to the entrance because now we are friends with the wheat truck. Let me think about it. Well, I will show you the difference first. As you can see now we are friends also with this wheat truck, and this is pretty good. One of the things we want to do here is open and get the loot from behind this special hidden wall, but doing this will get us an injury, and so that's a good reason to wait to drink that famous Edra potion, because we get an injury here, and then we will want to break this thing to empower our belt, and maybe to get loot here, but not now. So in theory we could already get the things behind this wall. Yeah, let's do it.
As you like.
Okay, examine the wall. We are not good yet. but basically push the wall over. You can break it if you are super strong, maybe, but it's easy to get an injury anyway. So I will just plant an implosion charge. I already plan to use another potion anyway because I want more points in my skill. So let's do this. We fail because we have not enough explosives. You need 20 explosives, which is something in a solo run you will never have. So let's continue and get this injury. But now we can get here, find this special skeleton with, wow, a magma dragon stone. Gonna wrap up. I hope so, not sure I can make it because we are still to do the two fights, and I'm talking a lot about things we are finding and doing, but I will try to do. I'm almost sure we will find at least one of these battles. We will find and do one of these battles. Hopefully both of them. 5 times we can, but I think you need some destructible because most of the things you can empower out of fight don't work on Villa, and so any destructible or any enemies, of course, will work. So you could just spawn, use the bud to spawn the Fire Blight, but I tend to avoid using that because it's the single thing that makes you invest more time in a random way. So it's just one thing that it's better to use when you have no other way to get a target, because there are faster things. And this place is good also because at a certain point we can break these pillars trying to do this. But yes, the plan is also that. So we could try one here. But before doing this, maybe I want to try and kill the... how is it called? The one which is making these sounds. Okay, let me check. I think we are not more... oh, we are still in the shadow form. I will wait to get the potion. So, still in shadow form. I think no need to do anything else for now, but as you can see they are all friendly, so pretty good. I think I will just go down. So plan going down. In the sub-level, and probably try and kill the first big boss. And now that we have that first encounter with the Oracle already done. Okay, we are still invisible. Oh, and this is a very interesting fight if you want to try it, but don't do it for your ultimate. Because this spatial quest here is a child that is probably the most powerful human being in the game, I think, because basically it can spawn a lot of imaginary friends, and each of them is a powerful ghost warrior, and each of them is giving to the child his power. So while they are alive, that child is nearly unkillable and super powerful. So this is one of the fights you can really give a try to if you want to test your build, because really it will be a difficult one. Obviously not worth doing this in a real ultimate run. We maybe will try to do it just for fun because we are already late for our challenge to do it in time, but don't do that if you're trying the real one. Okay, so I hope to have already the proper things to use this. Not sure about it.
As you like.
We have the famous maintenance log, which is explaining us how to use this device, which is fun to read because basically we need to squeeze softly the device, which is half machine and half living flesh. So, but this way, something really good happens.
To whispers and shadows.
Which is basically some of the enemies here are now not only friendly, but they are like companions for us. They are protecting us, and even more important, this doesn't happen only in this floor, but also in the room where we have to do the first big fight. So pretty good if you manage to do this. Let me see if I can. Okay, these ones are pretty tough, and this is a place where there are a lot of them. But the important thing is, I think a couple of them are also in that famous room. And so, I think we already visited this place. Okay.
I'm learning a lot.
And the room is this one, where the first big battle should happen. And as you can see, these are now friendly. It means that instead of being one of the most dangerous enemies we have to fight here, they will help us. So think about this. Okay, for this build, these enemies are not so hard because we can easily charm them, dominate them with this build, but maybe your build is not so good at charming, and so having them as a help instead could be pretty useful. So what we need to do now is, we are still invisible by the way, is to fight the big boss here, the Memory Hoarder. Now we can, because well, maybe I could have done this before and avoid killing all the people, but I think it's safer this way because we have also the help of our green friends here. So tactic here, first we try killing these librarians one after the other. Probably we will start trying to kill this one, but we will help our friends here, while the big boss will start trying to kill us. And so in theory, if all things go as expected, we will have to fight maybe these ones too, maybe this one, but probably we will manage to skip fighting these three ones if we are lucky. But it is still a difficult battle, especially for Villa. The most risky thing is if the big boss manages to walk here, because he has a ranged attack which is pretty dangerous, terrifying one, and so on. So better to be well prepared for this. So we'll save and think about how to tackle this battle. So first thing we do, we go here, far away. Well, we cannot be seen, and we drink our famous Edra potion to remove that injury. We could keep the injury if you want to equip a special item walking with an injury, but for this battle we don't need it. So let me think about it. Okay, no need for this. I think I will use my standard cuirass. So for now, let's drink another potion. We need to make one. And this is the first thing that I want. Okay, so no more injuries. It was a bad one, a gaping wound. And we should have, if we are lucky already, our 2 points for our skills. That are always good. And then we may want to do another thing. I did a mistake and got where it is, good food, better friends, instead of keeping my previous bonuses from the previous rest. This is a good bonus because you have 2 constitution and more defenses, but all in all, probably eating some good food could be better. So let's see what we can do. We could get this penetration damage. Well, I will wait and see if we can get something different. So for now we will try this. So first thing to decide, do we want the skeletons to be out, or do we want to try and use our stealth? I think I want the skeletons out from the start, because we want to kill these monks first. Then, okay, we have booms, always good. Scrolls to save Villa if needed. I don't think I will use the rose for now, for this battle. And so we will use our usual items. Well, for now, let's get again the shadow.
Oh, very nice.
Place. Maybe a trap. Okay. So some of them may be vassal, but all in all I think it's better to keep this helmet. Armor is okay. Our missile gloves are good. Also, it could be good to have more accuracy, but I will try with the missile gloves. Ranged weapons, reflection or spell, or classic battles defenses, like this one, greater protection. Let's try this one. Or maybe this, more accuracy. We have a lot of options. This is giving a long duration shield, but this is better for a world battle in my opinion. So okay, let's try it. Weapons. So this is good. Oh, one thing that we may want to do is empower the scimitar. We have plenty of things we could use now. We have two mythics, mythical other stones. Invest one for the scimitar is good, I think, because this way our probability to manage to use just a single hit to kill one of our skeletons and generate the chill fog, the paralyzing chill fog, is a little greater. So we can spare one hit with the scimitar, so it will hopefully break less easily. And so maybe it's worth improving the quality of the Great Cunning. Obviously, when it breaks, it will cost us more to repair it, but hopefully it will break less often. So we don't really improve it to use it as a standard weapon, we improve it to use it to hit our skeletons and kill them. So this way we can use the chill fog, which is an absolutely powerful way to control the battle and also to do a lot of damage. Okay, but the shield is good. This is too good. This one we use mostly to empower one of our abilities per battle for free, because the scimitar is done for that basically. And well, we decide what to keep as help. Something for health. Maybe we could get some scroll, but hopefully. Oh, let me see if we have some figurine. I think there is somewhere, hidden somewhere, one more of these figurines. That could be good to have because we can recharge them, but I not yet found it. I know it is in this DLC, but I don't remember where. And so maybe this one, a couple of these scrolls. Or arcane reflection. We could use a portion of ascensions, but all in all, this battle should not be so difficult if we do things properly. So let's try it and see if I remember what to do. So at this point I want a trap, probably. Oh, no. Now I remember. I want a boom because I start and they are not yet aggressive. So a boom. Booms are a super powerful tool. Every time you have a situation where your enemy is not already red and you need some seconds before reaching your best potential for the battle, like with this kind of class, which is Chanter and Cypher, both have need of a few seconds to get a lot of resources and start the real battle with the real power of the build. So we start usually from stealth and try to start the battle with a trap or a boom. In this case they are not yet aggressive and we can use the boom from stealth, and it is especially great with the boots because basically you can use the boom without need of good stealth, because you can put the boom, run away, and when you are ready in a super safe place you can just drop the boom and wait. So super easy once you get how to do it. And to do this you need just one boom, but the important thing, it must be in your personal inventory. Must be here. Okay, so normally you just sneak there.
Silence surrounds me.
Your target. Which in our case, for now, it is the first Librarian here. So usually the best way to do this is you position more or less where you can see your target, click the target and immediately shift click to the far point where you want to start the battle safely. In this case we have a short distance, so we cannot really run away, but better than nothing. And so this is what we try to do. Click, shift click here. Remember, your EI must be disabled, else you cannot really do this kind of shift clicks. Now, the good thing is that you can reposition this window everywhere you like, so you are free to reach any point of the map. It is not necessarily covered by this window. You can move this window. Important thing, you don't have to close it. Then you go to your player inventory, and when you're ready you can also do this. But as you can see, you can still, but it closes, so don't do that. I have to redo the same thing now, but this time we will do it correctly with the boom. So when you're ready in place, you can move the window. When Villa is nearby and you are really ready for it, you drop the boom, close the window and wait for the battle to start from the safe place. Then you can start. Our skeletons are already trying to reach the enemy. Our friend too, and that's great. We have our summons now. Pay attention to the monks because they are able to jump around, so we may want to control them like this. Because as usual, Villa is the one thing that we try to protect. And if we can spare the scrolls, much better. If we manage to control the battlefield, and now the rest.
Yes.
And now I think that in a short time the big boss will start. Oh, even better.
I shall make it so, to whispers and shadows.
So we can do the same thing with the rest. I could have probably tried to keep on with the battle and try to kill also the rest of the monk, but doesn't change much. We use the same tactic. Another boom.
That will do nicely.
We should be now on shadow form, not super needed, but just to be even safer. We have it, so we use it. So, no traps, booms.
Nice. As you like.
And we do the same thing. Well, we can loot this, but what we want to do is a point where I can see my target, click while sneaking, shift click where I want to go. Click, shift click, and wait. So Villa is in a safe place. This is the real reason why I want to go here, because this way Villa will follow and not stay in a risky place. Let's do it again, because I closed the window to show what you don't have to do, but it's not risky, it's just a matter of having a little practice. Click, shift click, right away, so Villa will stay in a safe place. Boom, close, wait.
Indeed.
And now the big boss is moving. Not good. Villa, come here, don't be silly. Okay, she's terrified. We can now move. We have to move. Not a good position for her, but
Certainly.
this is it. No.
I shall. Got to try something else. Yes? Certainly.
Better to wait. I'm still blinded.
Yes?
Oh, already killed? Too easy. My friend did it. Oh no, it just disappeared over there.
Oh? I shall.
Be on seek. Be on seek.
The entity collapses in a
Okay,
pulse.
all in all,
That's
with
the
the
Titan's
help of the
cave.
two green friends, there
That's-
is not a hard
It's
battle at
preposterous.
all.
Within the flow of soul, with sudden the vision fades, leaving you shaken. You now know exactly how to. Your voice.
Okay, now we can use this item
I shall make it so.
in the spatial room with the refine. I don't know how is it called.
As you like.
And basically, I think this battle probably can be done even before having the first talk with how is it called, with the Oracle. But the important thing is you don't
I shall
have
make it
to use the language spell or the Tame spell in the machine here. I went for the safe route and did not even try this battle until that and first talk with the Oracle. But probably you can do also like this. So we can reach down, and this is always safe because we can find a strange egg. And now we can decide what we want to do with the two quests with Tane or Langrat spell. Now we can use them safely without fear to be attacked during the first talk with the Oracle. And all in all, I think I will use Language spell. We can kill the poor people.
As you like.
Get the loot. If you want, you can kill also these librarians. They are not hard to kill, the usual way if you want to be super safe. You can get even more loot from them. They are pretty good. I think we are done.
I shall
here.
make it so.
Leave. So, you want more loot? Just a little more battle. It depends how much time you want to invest, but as the big battle has been easy, we can also try this. So, as usual, we get our things set. So, get this, because never say never. Where is it? Here. I lost my here. Well, we put boots. Couple seconds. Just to place the boom if you want to place it. Remember, this thing is just to have Villa away, not really needed, but easier this way. And then a boom, we have lots of them.
That will do nicely.
So same thing, sneak,
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
click, shift click away. No, I did not even click properly. Am I still hidden? Yeah. So click, shift click, wait, repair. Oh, probably we can also click here first. Not sure about it. Let's try. No, you cannot. You can only do one thing as the window will just close. Okay, so we wait, we can move the window where we want. When Villa is far away, boom. This tactic is super useful if you want to try some really hard bounty like the
Indeed.
Torcar, the tactician one in damage. Because this way you can place a bomb and run away and avoid being attacked by tons of super dangerous enemies. Ooh, and our friends are ready to help again. Okay, let's get this one.
Oh, certainly.
And our animated weapons are much more powerful if we invest the time to use their special abilities. This could be a good occasion to try and use that.
Very well. Yes. Oh, I shall.
Okay, so basically we did this battle just to get some loot.
As you like.
Not that we need. Anyway, these augmented flesh constructs are really powerful and a great
When are
help.
we going to Ukaizo?
Okay, so now we could go this way. No, let's go back here so we can loot the rest. Now we are super safe in theory. But there are still a couple enemies around. The big eyes, I think, are still hostile, so better to use the boots. Just a little more. Okay. Now.
Oh,
let's
very
see
nice.
what we can do here. We should have friendly people.
I shall make it so.
And
Now
they
here's
are
something.
all dead because we helped with the language scrolls.
As you like. That will do nicely. I shall make it so. Trouble.
As you can see, the observer here is still aggressive. So better to have the boots if you don't want to do another fight. We have still our green friends helping, but not what. And now, if you want to do this battle out of fun, it is a very tough one. Probably from a tactic point of view, I think it's better to try and kill all the imaginary friends first, the shadow friends, as killing the boy is pretty hard. So I will save, and let me know if you want us to try this, but in the real ultimate, don't do it. Basically, the loot here is a nice crossbow, I think, but for our build, it's not something we would use much. So we go back towards the entrance. So let's see if I manage to kill the Oracle fast. Maybe I will come back and try that battle too. Okay.
As you like.
And as you can see, same situation, and here we can get real good loot because some of them have very good weapons and armors.
I shall make it so.
Shadow form a little more because there are still dangerous enemies nearby.
Oh, very nice.
And same here. Do you want to do these battles? You can.
Are
But
we gonna
we
fight
already took the
someone?
loot.
I want to throw the
And
first
so-
punch.
No need.
As you like.
Okay, so what we really want to do here now is try to
I shall make it so.
break those pillars using the belt. Oh, we could also kill the poor soul reaps, but
To whispers and
don't
shadows.
think we really need to do it. Maybe if we need still to kill something, but for now. So what I will try to use is now try to use these destructibles to improve my statistics using the belt and the rest of things. So we can get more resolve, we can get in theory more perception. And more constitution too. And also might. In theory we have a lot of possible improvement. So we need first the belt. And this belt basically can give us a random inspiration when using an empowered spell or ability. But these spells or ability must be special in that each hit counts as one different ability, inspiration, and only certain kind of abilities or spell or hits count because they must be, for instance, for the chanter chance does basically only one walking, while for a priest also other spells work. In our case we tend to use always the same one, and if you're lucky you will get the proper statistic increased. And as we developed the belt during the arena fights in the Seeker, Survivor, and so on battles, these special inspiration are of the maximum possible level, which is level 3. So this is the reason why this belt is super useful. As long as you can find a way to prolong the duration of this improvement. And we already know how to do that. So we have the belt, we have the proper magic we can use to trigger it. We have also other things interesting. We have the scimitar, which is able to give us that empower point for free, so we can keep on using that. And we have also new things here, like this Promise of the Wake, which is a bound items that we can improve. Guess what? Empowering abilities. So this is what we try to do. And we should have also other things, maybe a wand. No, we don't have it yet. Maybe I should wait to get that. But anyway, let's try doing this anyway. So maybe I want a little this is giving us one more empower point, not really needed, but I think it's better to try and use these to get more accuracy. Then we want to use this slot, and I think we should be ready. So check, because it's important, as it will not work. First we need the belt, most important thing. Then we are trying to improve this one, so we want also this. And then we want the scimitar. And then
That'll do nicely.
we can
Silence
use
surrounds
here
me.
the empower on the proper ability, which is this one, which is called Her Revenge Swept Across the Land, which is able to hit multiple times the same target at the same time, and it is one of the abilities able to trigger this thing. So crossing fingers and ready to prolong if we are lucky. Ooh, super lucky! 3 effects. So now we have robust, swift, intuitive. We already had brilliant and courageous, probably, but now we must prolong them. Oh, sorry. let's see here. So now they, as you can see, they stay for about 16 seconds, and now we must prolong them, but we have all of them, so pretty good. So we need a necklace, an armor, double click, better to use this armor. And what happens is your duration is rapidly increasing, so when you reach about 8 million seconds, it's enough. So maybe doing the real ultimate, count your swaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, count 100, and you're sure that your improved effects will stay forever until they are dispelled by something else, but that's another thing. So we do it with a mouse macro because I don't want to buy a new mouse just to show you how to do it. No, but okay, let's see. More than enough in theory to do the whole ultimate challenge. Okay, so now we can try the next big battle with much better statistics, and one of the most important one is the one missing probably. So we will try again because I like to get also the might one, and okay, but let's do again the same thing.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Empower, choose this one. No, wait, I need to check I have the proper right. And we empowered once. Now we do it again.
Very nice.
So empower this one. Don't think we made it. We destroyed it. But we should have another one.
Silence surrounds me.
Somewhere.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
So, let me check again. Belt, robe, scimitar, slot, empower, spell, crossing fingers. Yeah, we got energized. So we can prolong it. Energized is pretty good because it is able to interrupt enemies which are not immune to it. That means that any enemy is much easier when you use your hand-to-hand weapons, because you can interrupt them forever, even tough enemies. Dario Dugan you cannot, because I think it's immune, but all the same it's good to have. So, oh, another thing, and that's a reason why when you have something like energized, that means when you crit the enemy, you interrupt. Having this chant too is super good. This one, because this one is able to strip completely concentration from the enemy, and we have pretty high accuracy with will, so this thing is hitting very often, and when it hits all concentration, which is what makes the enemy resist your interrupt attacks, is stripped completely. So, and this is automatic because it's a chant, and so you can keep on using your monastic unarmed training super fast, because we have Scudio's Edge, 0 recovery, and we are interrupting the enemy every time. So this is a great synergy. Again, there are some bosses which are immune to interrupts, but there are not so many. And okay, for now I think I will not break this. If we manage to find maybe the Wake wand, we want also to use the belt on that, but for now we just prolong it.
That will do nicely.
Better to use this. And while I drink something, I can improve the duration. Okay, I think that's enough. And now I think, well, let's use our standard armor and things. Shadow form, always check it. Okay. And as you can see, we have already a super long duration. So, unless it is stripped in some way, we should be good. And as we are still invisible, we can just loot things here. If you don't want to do the battle, no need. Nice thing is there's a quill leaf here, so, and also some more information. But good thing is mostly the leaf, because leaf means we can make other scrolls. Oh, we can also close the door, maybe? No. But for now, oh, and this also. Unless you want to do this battle, but not much to be gained from. But we got some quill leaf, which is usually something we can use for the scrolls. Can make a couple scrolls. These scrolls are villas, a life insurance, and we have 20 of them. So, oh, even more. Okay, let's go up. And surprise, surprise, that the egg is giving birth to an adorable little monstrosity, which is this pet. Retina, which is giving one enemy is needed to flank, but probably this is the good one. 5 accuracy against distance enemy for the whole party. So if you have a party with ranged weapons, 5 accuracy is something pretty good, but we are solo in the game, so
Did you need something? Of course you don't. Before I forget, again, here. I never
we got
lost
some
you.
potion from
Covered
the
a lot of-
corner.
When I got here, someone without the face. Aggressive. In this place, books tend to
but we are
aggressive.
still looking for
As
a
much
book.
as I wish to.
And now we go to the scriptorium, I think. Well, we should meet the Langrat, and she should be happy about the fact that we used that scroll. This is a quest you don't really need to do if you are trying the ultimate, but as we have more or less to visit the place anyway. So we are still shadowing. Yes, we can steal
Whispers
everything
and
now.
shadows.
So this is basically the room you have to pay a lot of attention at the start, avoiding stealing things even if you are in shadow form, because some way these eyes are able to see that you are stealing, and when you talk with the oracle first time it will be battle, and you don't want that.
As you like.
Now we can, because that encounter has been already done, and we will have to fight the oracle anyway, the second battle.
You're one to talk. For me, it was always a...
Yet the deeper we delve into the halls obscured, the more Tane, I believe
I came here, now I know...
your sudden... Unless rescuing Maura was never your goal.
Apologies, what?
We can't...
The only thing, as cruel as this sanctum can be, I have a soft spot for that old people eyeballs.
Be grateful you've only...
And I'd bet...
Don't let
Foolish up...
my...
Okay, they are always talking, and well, that's a nice thing here. Let me check it. We can steal, and here is the second figurine.
I'm led to understand you. Tane's intention to send them
And
into
we
the
get
world
experience. We don't need that,
thing.
but we have
I hope you'll
some
sleep
potions,
well knowing
scrolls, and so on.
I'm sorry,
I don't know how her dragons have the patience. Lennon, hey, don't you know all this here? Coins, you did which... If they're based on what? Wouldn't it be, even if it knocks over a castle or two, I think the fun will justify...
What we got is some nice items, but the most interesting thing is the Vroom, because now we have 2 of them and we can recharge them. So in theory we can use 1 Vroom in each battle. Pretty great if we need them. Our build is mostly a summoning build, so we don't really need them, but sometimes you have to start a battle, and having a summon from the start, a figurine, is always good. Anyway, now we can finally use this
I shall
machine.
make it so.
And finally we can open a way to reach the bowels and enter Wild's body.
Silence surrounds me. As you like.
And probably we still have to find a way to make this work.
Sharp eyes and keen ears. I shall make it so. To whispers and shadows.
And we can use
As
this.
you like. Sharp eyes and keen ears. Silence surrounds me. To whispers and shadows. I shall make it so. Silence surrounds me.
And we can
Can I
finally
borrow a
get
sword?
also
I promise to be
this
careful.
facial shield. Wake regular focus. And this is interesting because in theory, this thing has also things that uh, could be prolonged. Because after empowering an ability, we should gain sound deflection for lots of seconds. Problem is, I'm not sure these things can work out of fight. But let's try it. We are full of money, so we can get. We're not really interested in some mod until the end of the fight because that's not what we want to obtain. We would like to be able to get more deflection forever, but I don't know if this thing can work. Let's try it. And maybe this one. More deflection in, but this one is not important because it is one thing you can use once per fight. This is better. 8 to all defenses, but we need a Witrak brain. I don't want to kill one of my Witrak friends, but again, the one thing that I like to be able to prolong is this greater channel shield. 10-point deflection forever would be good, but not sure it can work. We will try it. Next destructible. We find maybe. So in theory we could go down and try and kill the Oracle and finish what we need to do for the ultimate simulation, but we are already late, so I think I will explore a little more, see if we manage to find things we are still missing. Because it should be really fast, what normally takes a long time, long battles, long stuff. With the boots, in theory, we should be able to do it very fast. Let me check if I have still shadow. Okay, we have a very long shadow fall. Let's see what we can make of it to explore the part of the map that we still are not knowing. And probably we need to go this way. But anyway, regardless of the ultimate, and be ready for that, and looking at the tricks, things you can prolong and so on. I think this DLC is my preferred one, because it's a very big dungeon around with a lot of secrets, things you discover, and takes a lot of time to be familiar with it, but it's really great DLC. Also, it's varied. There are puzzles, there are fights, there are I like it very much. Also the story. But anyway, we are still untargetable, so we can get things without having to fight, as long as we avoid doing silly things, like stealing things that you cannot steal without sneaking, or attacking the enemies and things
I shall
like
make
that.
it so.
Ooh, another scroll. I think there are not a lot of traps here. So normally this place would be super difficult,
Trouble.
full of enemies.
As you like.
Not sure it is something useful, but we can kill this thing and still be invisible, I think. Because we don't really do anything, it's something done by the liquid we use. So we are mostly here for the loot, and there's plenty of it here.
I shall make it so.
And the most interesting thing
What have we
is
here?
this place, because here there is
Sharp eyes and
the
keen
famous
ears.
wand that we want to get. This one. And there is also another interesting thing, which is this kind of armor, which is not something we would really use much with this build, but if you want to get it, we can do that also.
As you like.
But you have to... we could skip the battle probably with the boots.
Trouble. I shall make it so.
So, compared to not having the boots, exploring this place is like a walk in the park.
As you like.
Ooh, found the book.
The god would.
Or Lenrat.
I will.
Let me check shadow form, because remember, if we don't have that anymore, it's a place full of enemies. And this room is probably one of the most dangerous one, because it's completely full of
make it so.
super dangerous enemies.
Trouble. As you like.
Oh, this is the book of the Kana, if we want to do that quest, but this is nice. Kraken Eye.
Trouble.
A limb may be grafted from one. Might
And we
make
found
the soul.
another book. And this is interesting.
I shall make it so.
A note on the imp. There's a hidden imp. I think to get here, you need an artifact. So let's see if it is a matter of reading the book, or we need to find still something. Oh, we can bind soul. Oh, 25 intellect affliction. This is not easy. We should charm 25 enemies. Okay. Another book here. Do we need to equip this? Ah, we must equip the artifact. And this is the secret room where we can find this strange imp. Not to mock. Oh, it remembers
As you
something.
like.
And we can loot a very big sword. And if you want, you can try the battle. It's not tough as the previous big Nemnok boss we had to kill. Out of curiosity, I would like to hear the comment of our pets about it, but not sure. Where is Nemnok? We should have Nemnok as a pet somewhere. Let me see. Here he is. No idea if Nemnok is going to tell us something about this place, but doesn't seem so. But I don't want to talk to the battle, so there's not so good loot here to spend time. I just wanted to show you this secret place. Anyway, we are still Shadowfall, so we can get back to that interesting room here. Not here, but is okay. No, sorry, wrong map. We need to go out first. Okay, round from here. We can also enter even here because we have the super boots, and until we do silly things,
I shall make it so.
we should be safe. So we can also open this.
A grafted soul, no eternal.
Got the curious spiraling, and in here we could do the battle.
Trouble.
But don't remember if there is some loot for it. But okay, this place is interesting. In theory, we have these enemies. We could try and use some chance with them to gain some uses of the robes. Oh, but we are already at the second part. We must be missed by enemies. Oh, this too could be useful because these enemies are low level, so let's try it. So we use the robe, we use this because it's giving us a very good shield, a very good deflection for a long time. So in theory the enemies should miss us a lot. And okay, well, we must apply afflictions here. So let's try this. Oh, also Spirit Siphon. Let's see if we have it.
Oh, very nice.
"15 action speed." Yeah, We have it already, so no need to use the belt. Hmm. Okay, let's try something super silly, just to use the fact that this enemy should be really easy in theory. So let's see if this belt is giving us some useful things.
That will do nicely.
So I want to use the summons.
Yes?
Where is Villa? I lost
Certainly.
Villa! That's good! Every now and then it happens. So, well, I suppose I will just try and charm one of them. An intellect affliction. Okay, so I will use this. They are fighting each other. Okay, so in theory you have 3 charms.
Yes? I shall.
Can we do better? We cannot interact. In this case, I think that I have them dominated, so I'm not able to make them aggressive. I must finish the battle.
Yes?
Ooh. Wait.
Certainly.
Okay, I will wait for it to go out of dominate so I can dominate another time, and then I kill it. Because doing 25 dominations is not something easy. I'm not sure how we can manage to do that. Maybe in the future, but come on, go out of domination, you silly things. Okay, that's it.
Be on seek.
Oh well, 4 afflictions better than 0. I was hoping to have some blight spawning so we could target also that one, but okay, now if we want that nice armor, we must find the animated armor here. We could do that, but honestly we don't need that for our build. So if you want, we can do the battle. It's not super hard, also because we are lucky and we have lost Villa. So while we are in this interior, Villa is probably blocked somewhere in between a staircase, and we will not interfere with this battle. So it should be pretty easy without her, so we can just do it, because it will be just a piece of cake without Villa care for in theory. We could try being missed by some enemy. Okay, let's try and see. Not sure it's a good idea, but because that thing is
nice.
powerful. But let's try it.
That will do nicely.
That is a sort of animated armor able to summon animated weapons. And it's pretty tough, but without Villa, in theory, we should be able.
Shadows.
To do it. Better to use this.
As
Click,
you like.
shift click, swipe the necklace. Uh-oh. So we could just run away here, but we want the armor.
Proactin.
Uh-oh. What's that?
Silence surrounds me.
Not aggressive. Okay, we are ready for
Whispers
that.
and shadows.
Lava will be on
We
seek.
don't have
Don't
Villa
try
to
something
protect.
else.
Pretty good. Run away. Summoned.
Proactin.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Indeed.
Word and field is sour.
Can't be mister. Run away.
Well, that's not it.
And this thing is pretty tough.
I shall. Spot on. Oh, indeed. Oh. Got to try something else.
Lava Beyond-Seek. Proacten.
Perfect.
Word a build in Sawul.
Oh, certainly. Well, that's not it.
Empowering.
Sakrifu. Word a build in Sawul.
Got to try something else. Stop. Oh. Yes. Well, that's not it. Indeed. It's beyond me. Oh,
Oh,
Lava Beyond-Seek.
got to try something else. Oh. Yes.
Proacten.
Yes. I shall.
Word.
Yes. Perfect. Oh.
uh-oh. I think I did
Indeed.
something silly. I have disintegrated the ammo, so we have no loot. Okay. So don't do that. Well, that's a good ammo to get here, if you manage to avoid this thing. Okay, so don't do this. I don't want to redo everything, so you get the idea. But if you manage to get this thing, that's a good ammo to get. We don't need that for this build, so. Anyway, let's be ready. This, this, this. As we have our figurine, why not? We can use it. For free. Okay.
Oh,
Shadow, prolong. So balance. We have been missed 3 times and we got 4 intellect afflictions. As you can see, these things are not so easy to develop because you have to do a lot of fights. So doing the real ultimate not easy because you have to invest a lot of time. I don't know, but well, if we find some destructible, maybe it's easier, but when you have the level where you have to do this kind of things like charm enemies or be missed by enemies, not easy because you have to do battle anyway. So you spend a lot of time. Okay, anyway, shadow
that will
form.
do nicely.
We are safe. Now Villa will be back to us because each time you change location, Villa automatically is teleported by, to you, so you cannot really get rid of her.
Trouble.
But there are situations where you can use this handicap as an advantage, and this situation is especially the arena battle in the Seeker's Lair Survivor
Trouble.
fights, where especially one of the fights, the one with the Nega, you can use this to keep Villa safe during the fight. And okay, we could charm. If we want, what time is it? We could go and probably okay, let's do it. We are almost there. It's night time. In theory we can at the right time we can get the Mekarna book enchanted by the moon in this place. Problem is coming back here usually is triggering something not very good.
Ingest.
Trouble.
And also this damn ray of death. But in
I shall
theory
make it so.
we can place the grimoire here and progress with the quest. So if you want to do another super difficult fight, I don't know if always going to give you some loot, but honestly, better to avoid it
Kinda hurt.
and just run away. Not sure if the ray can hit us while we are invisible. Probably not. Yeah, we are safe. But I think this is a kind of bug because, well, I'm not sure this encounter is planned. But now we have Bekana's book. We can go here. You must go there by night because only the light of the stars can make the magic.
I remember you.
Look what we found.
Thank you for coming back, and thank you. This is it.
Oh,
Now
5,000
I
gold
remember
is not
how
bad.
I got involved a falling I have been I know that once I have the metal and complete my then we
And
are well
now
the
she
keepers
give
of
us
this prison might not
special
permit you to
items
take the star metal.
for which we could
If you
do a
must
quest
harm some but you
and
are
sacrifice nice pet we found. This one. This. And we get at the end of the story we get a nice grimoire with a nice spell, but for our build is not really something useful. So just to do the quest. In short, it's now time to try the big boss. Don't know if I can manage to do the battle very fast. Maybe I will try once if things work. Also, I will do it next time. But
I can't wait to make some new friends.
because before going there, you need also to do other things. Okay, I will be right back. At least I want to go down the level. Da-da-da. And well, let's go see what happens. We have our precious shadow, so no risk.
As you like.
Ooh, give meat the upper bowels. Ugh.
Blocked the god form's ducts and descended into the chambers below.
We must follow. The body would not harm those who care for it.
The body is not responsible for this wizardry. Return from the canal is recommended.
Ooh, poor fellow. So well, this cutscene is clearly some proof that this thing is dangerous. So we need to go down to the final fight. But we cannot do it now because that thing will kill us. So this level is full of difficult battles normally if we choose to fight, but we have the boots. We can use some pretty smart tactics and try to avoid most of them. I think if we do things properly, we should be able to do one fight and maybe skip the rest of them. So let's try and see. We need to stop this and find a way to clear the way. So how can we do that?
I shall make it so.
Well, fast. As usual, you look around, try to understand how things are set up. We are still invisible. Ooh, shark
As you
meat.
like.
That's good. Can we do some incredible food? Shark soup. This is good. I think we could try this one. Okay. We could do it sooner or later. We will do it. So let's do it now. How much time? A little more just to be safe.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, let's try and sleep. Can we here? Now, we need to do it. Craft, food, shark soup.
Thanks for letting me
So
tag
we
along.
invest some time.
Deadfire
We
is
are
awfully
already
big
late,
for
but
this
we
little
get
Orlin.
back these pretty nice immunities and one power level. So, and we still should be hidden because yeah, a lot of time. enemies. Closed.
I shall make it so.
Danger here.
When are we going to Ukaizo? All flowing forth, a bounteous shower, a torrent.
Trouble.
So this place is usually needing a lot of sneak.
As you like.
Pay attention to not go over the top because I'm not sure that being untargetable
I'm learning a lot.
is working there. What is this? Ah, maybe there's something useful to loot there.
Trouble. I shall make it so.
Not much.
Are we gonna fight someone? I want to throw the first punch.
Okay, attention. We need to be
Sharp eyes and
sneaking
keen
to be
ears.
able to stuff this thing. To
As
steal.
you like.
Clearing the southeast tunnel. Alchemical charge. So we can use this thing to destroy.
That will do nicely.
Oh, mechanic skill to. Oh, the other potion. I forgot this. Attention. If I drink the potion, I will be visible. No. Don't do
I shall make it
the
so.
silly thing. If I drink the potion, I'm visible again, so I need to drink it out of here. Oh, it's so easy to do some kind of mistake like this. So, crafting. Potions. Healing. Adra. Because we want our skills back. Craft. Drink the potion. No idea why you can use the food and you are still invisible, but you cannot drink the potion. But that's it.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. 6,000. We are shadowed again. And in theory we should be... Oh, now we can because we have the proper skill.
I can get it to spill its secrets. Finished, as you like.
Oh, well. No. Not such useful. And we can use that. To place the a chemical salt, run away to safety and destroy that thing, which is in theory able to do some damage here. Destroy the conduit. So we should be halfway, but they are now aggressive. So in theory we could do a battle, try to improve our objects here. But maybe first let's try and do the next steps. Okay, basically we need to go to this room, and there are two ways you can do it. One way is going to another super difficult room, but we can do it easily because we have the magic boots of stealth, and get a lot of books and solve a puzzle with the books. This way we open the door and enter there and in theory do our things. The other way is to try to make someone else open this door instead. And we can also do that because it's faster if you do it properly. And we can do it using, for instance, a trap. Like this. Always, as usual, we don't want to start the fight. We just want the enemy to come here and open the door. So place this and shift click away immediately. And now we should be safe.
I shall make it so.
The trap because the door is open. Oh, this is a super dangerous beast. So basically it's a super high level monk.
As you like.
So let's see what we can do here. Fungal grow. Antiseptic. Combine it with something, with a fungal ingredient. So basically the best way to do this would be having a fungal ingredient from, I think, the room we already visited up, but I forgot that thing, so I don't want to go back, and there's another place where you can get some here, but you get an injury for that.
Right.
Full of injuries and acute rash. Well, not bad, but I don't like this. Are we still invisible? Yes, we are. And so maybe we are full of money, we can make another potions. But the good thing is that now we can probably combine the ingredients with the fungal and do our thing without a fight. Okay, good. And now you may think your work is done, but not really. Is this still dangerous? So we need to do something else. And I think this is where we need to do a fight.
Trouble.
At least I am not. And this is the other room where you can solve the puzzle and
Trouble.
enter the other way, but
I shall make it so.
don't really need it. Some nice. So basically, you get the books, read them, try to place them in the proper place as usual. We skip that. And this is the place where, if you want to do the Bacana quest, you can sacrifice the spider pet and get this special thing, and then Bacana will give you the grimoire with that. And also maybe we get some figurine, something like that. Okay, I prefer the pet for this build. So we need still to destroy one thing, and to do that I don't think we can do it from stealth. Maybe it's possible with a boom running away, but I'm not sure about it. We could try. But I like to do the battle, because doing the battle means that that thing that we could destroy, maybe we could use it to empower something. Do we need it? Maybe not. No, because we are already all our buffs: robust, energized, swift, intuitive, brilliant, courageous. So we don't need to empower anymore. I could try with the boom, but it's risky to use a boom in a point in the middle of the enemies with Villa. No, I think I will try to do the battle the usual way. So first I want to get rid of this injury for now. So crafting. We are in a safe place. Okay. Drink. Boots.
That will do nicely.
Shadow. For long. This is interesting. Okay, we can check if we have the effect. Just like this. We don't have it yet. So one nice thing to have would be this from the robes. Empowering something we will get for our chanter phrase elapsing 50% faster. That means that we could prolong this basically, now our troubadour phrases are coming every 3 seconds, and we could reach 2 seconds. So we could empower something, but maybe for this battle I prefer to use this because it's not a super easy one. Better to be ready for anything. So shield. Accuracy. This is a tough one, so a trap. And probably one. This trap. Where are those potions? Okay. Okay.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, save because this one
Silence
is
surrounds
tough.
me.
Oh, the skeletons?
Sharp eyes and keen ears. I shall make it so.
Trying to use the trap, but they are smart. It's hard to get them triggering the trap. So let's try once, but it's better to use some spark cracker and run away immediately because it's a little easier this way. So Sparkcracker and run, because Vila must follow us immediately. Okay, so the hard part should be done. Get Vila in a safe place. And hopefully manage to have her stay here. Because there are some enemies that are able to jump on Vila and or to hit them from a long distance with powerful death rays. So we don't want to be seen by the enemy. And a very good tactic is to use the pain link on the summons, because this way more or less these super powerful rays are destroying themselves. Because the pain link means 25% of the damage is mirrored back, like sword, or always hit riposte. So these things are killing themselves. Vila, stay here.
Oh.
Stay with the skellies. Oh, vampiric. Damn. Those things are super dangerous. Vampiric. Okay, some of them are down.
Oh. Yes. Meetum Vasida ex word a build and sour. Indeed.
kill those vampiric things, you silly thing.
Oh. Proacted.
Okay, maybe time to have some fun, hopefully.
Word a build and sour.
Stay here, Vila. Don't be silly.
I shall.
Okay, should be done.
As you like.
We get Blinky, which is a nice pet. And we must destroy this one, I think. Let's try if we can get that nice thing from the belt. Then we need this. We are trying to get Muse of Mystery because I just found it should be able to prolong. And okay, past this. Accuracy. Scimitar. shield.
That will do nicely.
Let's do this one first. Okay. Oh, we can get also this.
Oh, very nice.
And power. Spell. Okay, let's see. This doesn't work. Oh, we got it. 21 seconds. And this is pretty good because, well, first we prolong it, then we check exactly what this thing is doing. Okay, if now we look at our chants, like this one, now we have a duration of 2 seconds, not bad. Every 2 seconds we have a new phrase. That means that we can spam one skeleton every 2 seconds. Don't really need so many because they are a certain duration, then they are replaced. So, but it's good for the other spells because it means basically to spam this one we need 4 phrases, so 8 seconds per hair revenge. Pretty good. Anyway, we are here. I can maybe destroy this one too. With the same thing. Oh, this was the one to destroy. And basically this shield is not working because I was hoping to gain deflection, but probably it works during the fights only. Yeah. Oh well, you cannot have everything. So we prolong a little more. And now we should be ready to go down because we had destroyed everything, or blocking the passage. So basically we could do more battle, more loot. We could try to improve the wand. But honestly, I think I will try to finish the killing all the big bosses, finish the part with when we go to Kaizo and kill the final boss. And if I go on with this build, trying to finish the development of the wand and so on, and maybe the battle I will do restarting from the point just before going to Kaizo, and from there maybe we'll develop this build more, but for now I just want to finish the emulation of the challenge to kill all the bosses. So let's try and go down. Okay.
I shall make it so.
Light. Oh, we can go this way probably. Okay, so well, let's do something like this. I don't think I am able to do the battle now because my voice is down, I have no more time and so on. I should do it, things a little rushed. So I will stop here, and next time we'll decide if we want to try and improve the wand, kill some of these enemies, charm some of them, or we want directly to go down and do the big battle. But we have no more the possibility to fight some enemies, charm them, and improve our special items, soulbound items, because these need to do battles because you must be missed by enemies, and these need to charm a lot of enemies. And while I could use this and this during the battle with the big boss, it's a little risky because that's a pretty difficult battle, and so I prefer to use my preferred armor for that. So I don't know, but I will stop here for now anyway because I'm really not ready for that battle, and I'm a little tired and with no more voice to comment it, and I think it is worth commenting the battle because it's one of the most difficult ones, and so better to do that properly. And so thanks for watching for now, and hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.